It's been 10 years since Undertale released, and I remember it being the last game I've played for a long time because it raised the bar so high. What's so good about though? It's an RPG, the graphics are simple, the fights are bullet hell. That's the point actually. I don't know if Undertale would have sold me the idea if it was a AAA game, if it was 3D with super realistic graphics. Ironically, that's what makes Undertale so realistic and relatable. The simple nature of the game forces you to be a part of it. When I play GTA San Andreas, it's not possible for me to identify with CJ or anyone else around the game because the reality in GTA is very specific and leaves you out. You can't relate to CJ. Even if you could relate to CJ, there is no way you can relate to NPCs. They don't matter. They doesn't cause any changes. You can't feel bad when you kill them. The game doesn't make you feel like you did it. But in Undertale, you are the one playing, and you are the one being played. The game starts predictably. You're a human child fallen into the monster's underground realm, and this realm is where humans sealed monsters away long time ago. So it's obvious that the monsters there hate or fear humans. You are greeted by a talking flower, and after having the knowledge that monsters hate you, you can guess that it is not friendly. Your prejudice is vindicated and you are saved by another monster, Toriel. But there's something off with her. She treats you like a mother. When other monsters try to hurt you, she stops them. She gives you a room to sleep in, and you don't wake up to a horrifying plot twist. You wake up with pie by your bedside, and she's reading her book in the living room. Everything is normal, but for the continuity of the game, you have to go back home. Exit this place called Ruins. That's where Toriel's motherhood misleads you. She won't let you. Not because she hates you like the other monsters, but because she fears King Asgore and the more difficult monsters you must face to return home. If you're strong enough to get past her, she'll let you. But it's the decision you make in this battle that determines everything. Undertale presents what appears to be a simple moral choice: kill or spare. Knowing that you have the option to spare someone is enough to keep you from choosing to kill. Yet beneath this binary lies a moralistic asymmetry that reveals the game's most uncomfortable truth. They're not your equals. When you kill someone, they make you feel guilty, but when they attack you, it becomes a normal act justified by their defense mechanism, because you don't have to defend yourself unlike them. During your fight with Toriel, you don't actually have to do any defense, because when you are down to your last one hit point, she takes her attacks away and doesn't kill you. Their life is in your hands, but yours is not. It's definitely not a kill or be killed world for you. You can always come back from death. You can rewind time and kill the same monster over and over again, watching it suffer, but they can't do the same unless you really suck at playing and accept two major fights that only explicit to genocide. By killing Toriel, you will actually betray her trust because your fight with her is not really about whether you can get past her, but whether you are the person she thinks you are. You can betray her and show her who you really are. Then, you can reset it and show her mercy. You can play with her feelings like a toy. Some traces of past actions will remain, but still, no one will know what you did except for this flower. And even if this flower knows what you're doing, it won't change anything because you're the one in control of the story's course. You're the only one with options. You're the player. After you kill Toriel, or after Toriel gives you a peaceful goodbye and you leave the ruins, you start the game in Snowdin. You are greeted by Sens, who Toriel has assigned to take care of you, and who will not kill you on sight for that very reason. But after he told us about his brother Papyrus, we think he may. And the moment we see him, we realize that he is not someone who can kill anyone, and he really can't kill anyone. When you finally fight him after going through his funny puzzles, there is no way Papyrus can kill you. Even Toriel can actually kill you in the game, but not Papyrus. You can lose to him on purpose, and after a few tries, he will get bored and stop fighting you. And frankly, it's impossible to get beaten by him unless on purpose, because the fight is hilariously simple. After that, he will go on a date with you if you want, and befriend you with Undyne. But Undyne is not so eager to be friends with us yet. In fact, she wants to kill us. She's the captain of Royal Guard, whose goal is to protect monsters from humans. You're going to Waterfall so he can find you and kill you. Unlike Papyrus, Undyne is really determined to kill us, and she's hard. So hard that if you don't flee and if you don't kill her, your fight with her is never over. You flee and you reach the hotland, and Undine is actually a fish, so she faints from thirst. You give her drink of water from the water cooler, she comes to her senses, remembers the human folks who gave her a home back in the day, loses the will to fight you, and walks away. Then she'll shyly ask to go on a date with you, and believe me, it'll be fine. Literally. You meet Alphys in Hotland, and she's really annoying, especially when she gives you her phone. God, I want to kill her. But fortunately, there are other NPCs, and they are not given enough credit. But the best feature of this game is that almost every character has a story and dialogue beyond the main characters. It's a lot of fun. And the funniest one, I think, is Metaton, a robot built by Alphys, and it's programmed to kill you. And I guess fortunately for you, it has a soul. It's not fully a canon, but Metaton has a relation to Napstablook, a ghost that appears early in the game. You lose XP if you try to kill it. If you cheer him up, he befriends you, and then he comes back to you at Waterfall, and you can watch the game with him, lie on the floor at home, and meditate. He's totally cool. The connection with Metaton is what is written in the diaries found in the other house next to his house, but we don't know anything more. Maybe they were just neighbors. When the player enters the shop near the Metaton Resort, the shopkeepers tell us that Metaton acts as if the creation of Metaton was his idea, not Alphys. When you add it all up, we see that Metaton is actually a ghost who wanted to incarnate, and his choice was a powerful robot body with a plan to kill humans. So maybe his hatred of humans isn't something Alphys put on him. Maybe something happened and he wanted to incarnate to take revenge because he feels a sadness that he abandoned his loved ones but became a robot because he had to. Once you're done fighting him, the game focuses on Alphys. You visit Alphys in its lab, only to find yourself in True Lab. The True Lab is where Alphys really did her work. A number of monsters had fallen down, and Alphys was tasked by Asgore to find a solution. She was given the souls to study. She took determination from the souls and put it into the monsters. This revived them, but we see that handling determination is difficult for monsters like humans can due to the difference in their souls. So much so that this results in them getting melted and merged together. Obviously this was a failure, so Alphys tried something else. She used a golden flower to put determination into someone that never had a soul in the first place. This became Floey. He was reborn as a vessel of Asriel, but soulless. So the talking flower that tried to kill us at the very beginning is Asriel. But who Asriel is? The only reason Asriel is the final boss is because Kara hates humanity and wants to break the barrier. When she fails to do so, she plans her death to give Asriel her soul and dies. Asriel becomes a villain to fulfill her wish, and the game brings us to the point where we fight him. But thanks to our good intentions, and Asriel mistaking us for Kara, we make him give up his plan, and with the power he has, we break the barrier and end happily with a new beginning where the monster and humans will live happily ever after. That being said, what if we didn't? What's disturbing is the game's helplessness against you when you choose to ruin the cheerful theme within the game and erase its world-building parts. And the part that really impressed me with Toby Fox's genius is that when you choose this path, the game itself genuinely hates you and tries to discourage you. Your killing session becomes so extreme that the game keeps you waiting. You keep wandering around the same dull room for 10 minutes, do the genocide. And it plays a tune so agonizing it makes you regret being alive. After killing everyone with the warning that someone was coming, and by the way, this warning is not one of those classic game mechanism sounds that play during a normal playthrough, but a terrifying laugh, a cheer from Flowey's voice, and even this sound shuts down once you successfully killed all the monsters in the area. And even though no one is left to kill, this warning starts repeating every second as, but nobody came. The game that used to make you wait 10 minutes now bombards you with warnings every second. You were waiting for this warning, right? Fine. Here's your warning. You killed everyone, and now there's no one left in the game. You destroyed all the fun the game could offer you. Now you have stronger bosses, but nothing extra except dialogue changes. And this route actually removes the extra things the game offers you, like puzzles, dates, and many fun encounters. The only fun part of this route is the difficulty of the Undyne and Sens fights if you're a masochist and have plenty of time. When you think about it, choosing this route just for the hard mode these two bosses give us is ridiculous, because the game doesn't even give you hard mode. You one-shot the bosses on the pacifist, and you don't even fight Asgore, who is the main hyped character in the game. You don't even fight Flowey or Asriel. Not everyone realizes you're a villain and then powers up to kick your ass. They just die right away. If the difficulty curve had been taken seriously by Toby, reaching Undyne and Sens would have taken us over 3 hours. But the genocide route is significantly shorter than the normal route. Toby could have said to us, "Oh, you want to kill people? First solve this super hard puzzle." But instead he strengthens and empowers us, testing our conscience against the helpless monsters we face. He directly targets our heart and puts it to the test. If you go to Snowdon during the genocide and enter the shop, you'll find it abandoned. There's no one to talk to, no one to shop with, but you can steal. And you can read to see a note. "Please don't hurt my family." When you kill Muffet and one of the spiders leaves a flower, Papyrus believes in you, even at the moment you killed him. This is the challenge Toby presents to us, and it's truly messed up. It's hard. Fights with Sens and Undyne is definitely hard too, and it's not just the fighting mechanism, it's also hard to watch the monsters struggle, driven by that helpless theme behind it and its determination to possess what a human being is lacking, yet should be having. When you tried to kill the monster kid and Undyne stepped in, took the damage herself and was about to die, she did not accept death for the sake of her friend's safety, and even though I was the threat in this situation, I couldn't help but rationally support her, because there's no way I can make my actions right. In every scenario, I'm in the wrong for doing this. Even though she's incredibly tough in this genocide route, and even if you had the chance to forgive her, knowing she'd die anyway because of the damage you'd already inflicted is an even greater tragedy. It's all pointless. When you reach Sens, there is no one left for him to protect except himself. You could say Sens protects Asgore from the player, but considering that Asgore is a kid inside an adult's body, I don't think his existence offers any hope. If we had heard a scenario from a third-person narrator about Sens defeating us and what happened afterward, we still wouldn't have seen this monster world returning to its original state in that scenario. Only we are capable of this reset feature. And what makes our fight with Sens even more terrifying is that Sens knows this too. He knows that you are the player, and most importantly, he knows how you play it and how he can. It can spawn anywhere with a shortcut because it is an NPC positioned in a specific place within the room. He uses this power knowingly. When it's his turn to attack, he knows that your turn will come next. And to prevent that from happening, he locks you into his turn. When given the opportunity to spare, you fall for the manipulation that this fight could end because you know the game progressed this way before, but he knows this too, and he traps and kills you. But Sens isn't actually fooling us about this sparing thing. This fight can end, but not in your favor. Sens' only hope of beating us is that we stop playing and reset. If we're really spare him, we won't go back to fight him if we're really friends. What the fandom that produces various edgy variations on Sens forgets is that Sens is our friend on the pacifist route. He jokes with us, he helps us, he counts on us, he's friendly with us, but after hours and hours of grinding for this outcome, we can't just abandon it for friendship, right? So we kill our friend. He leaves the frame with his last remaining strength so as not to give us the pleasure of watching him turn into dust. Unlike others, he bleeds when he's about to die. This theorizes the possibility that he is not even from this world. He and his brother came into this world despite the possibility that he and his brother might be killed by you, or that both of them might see the light of day with you. If the fact that Papyrus didn't know what the sun was when they came to Earth confirms the theory that Papyrus was living in isolation on Earth, and that they came here as a way to find a friend to save him from his isolation, it's painful to think of Sense's pain and guilt after we kill Papyrus. Sense trusted us to make Papyrus believe that humans could be friends with them, and we blew it. If thinking about that possibility didn't stop us, I don't know what will, but Toby still have plans for us after we're done with Sense. The biggest card Toby played to stop us wasn't Sense or Undyne, and it definitely wasn't Asgore or Flowey, but it was Kara. We can't leave the game's world building in the state we've destroyed it in. We need to reset it. And Toby actually planned for the game to uninstall itself at first. Though game doesn't uninstall itself, is shutting itself down in the end, and when you return to the game, Kara wants your soul, which will cause the game to reset. If you choose not to, game will give you this blank screen and whine noises, the final destination of your genocide. You did all this, and as a result, you couldn't even go back to your world. You forgot the original plot of the game, and you lost. The game didn't let you win, unless you reset and do the right thing this time. But you won't be able to truly reset, and Undertale will remember your genocides, and it will remind you too. Even if you never do anything wrong from start to finish, at the end of the pacifist route, it will remind you of yourself. You should never have done such horrible things in the first place, but you did, and regret is no remedy. Now, in this pacifist scenario where everyone trusts you, just as all the monsters are getting excited and getting ready for the moment when they will come to Earth, Kara, who has your soul, kills everyone in their happiest moments and carries out the true genocide. You did this in every other game I've played. Even if the game gives you the right to choose the bad path, it doesn't blame you for it or hold you hostage to that choice. But Undertale does. This is still something that I didn't see in any other game. 10 years later, Undertale still remains relevant and cannot be dethroned.